Hello, my name is Grimrex, and welcome to the first part of my creating your own tracker tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a new era. We're going to be going over the basics for the first couple parts of this series, so even if you're already familiar with the basics, I would still recommend watching just in case you learn something new. For all parts of my tutorial, I'm going to be using my tracker template and slowly transform it over time so you can see what working on a tracker long term is like. First things first, let's clear out the unreleased tab so we can actually start fresh with our tracker. Don't worry if you saw something you didn't understand. It'll all be explained later on in a future video or this one. Now, with that out of the way, let's get started with the actual video. First thing we're going to do is obviously create an era. Now, how do you do that? Actually quite simple. So first we're just going to left click on any era. Obviously we're going to do the last one since we're going to put a new era at the bottom. We're going to right click insert row above, and then we're going to just drag it down below the old era. And once we're here, we're going to just copy this code first, do Control A, Control C, and then we just paste it into here. And then next, we're going to just put an album name. So since this is a dummy tracker, we can just fill out something random. So let's just do the album. I'll come up with something later on, I guess, off camera. And then start date, end date, start action, end action. So let's just do, and obviously if you're European or in other parts of the world, since I'm American, I'm going to do the American format. So that's month, day, year. So 01 January 17 19 or 29.99, sure. And that off, and then start action, we'll just say album starts recording. And end date, we'll do just 05/18/99. The album is released. Oops. Released. All right, and obviously if I had an image, I would put an image here, and if I had some notes, I would put notes here, but I'm not going to write any of that up right now. Obviously, once you create a new era row, you're going to have to do a couple of things. First of all is combine all the notes columns here since they are going to be separate. So simply just click on the first one here and then hold shift and click down on the other one. So from G to J, and then you're going to want to just click merge cells. And that'll put it all in one thing and it's all good. You can kind of just write whatever and it's going to be good, just like the other ones. And the other thing we need to combine is here. So C and D, again, just click on here and hold shift, click this again, and then we're going to just click merge cells. And that just keeps it consistent across our arrows here. Next, we're going to left click on the A column and then right click it and click data validation, or alternatively, close that real quick. You can, again, click on A column, go to data, and then click that data validation. Either way is perfectly fine. I just prefer clicking on the column myself, but it doesn't really matter. You're going to want to go into the data column for A, and then we're just going to click add another item, and then just type out the name of the era you're going to use. So since we called our era the album, I'm just going to call it that. Type that in, just click done, and close out of that. And then we are again going to right click on A column and click conditional formatting. And again, alternatively, you can also go to format and conditional formatting, and it's the same menu. And then click add another rule. And then we're going to click on format cells if, and we're going to click on text is exactly. And once we're in here, we're just going to type in the name of the era that we're using. You want to make sure it always matches. This is the most important thing. It can't, if it's not matching, it's not going to work. So I'm just going to type in the album. And we don't technically have to do this, but for good practice, you should probably do it. Click bold and you're good. It's not really gonna be a problem, but you should do it. And let's just do some random colors. Might change it later on. Just do gray on black. Yeah, it's fine. And click done. Close out of that. And then we're gonna go into a random era. Usually I just go to the one above or below and just gonna right click and then do insert row above. The reason I do it like this way I won't have to add the border color myself. It's not that difficult, but it's kind of just a little life hack thing. And I'll show what that looks like if I don't do that. So click on this one, for example, right click, insert row below, you'd see the border colors are missing. And to fix that, you can just drag it down. And actually, made a mistake on my template. So to fix this, shift click on these two, click border icon over here, and then click on clear borders. And that's gonna wipe away the mistake at the bottom. And the border color I chose here was the text color for this era. So it's gonna be fourth green. So I'm gonna go here, border, change the border color to the fourth green, and then click left border, right border. Oh, also, this is actually a good thing to do as well. For the border style, if you click under here and always click the third one. This is always going to reset when you reopen the tracker, so make sure to do that. And there we go. And now it's perfectly normal, right? Except for over here, but you should know how to fix that. Again, just border, clear border, and just put it in, and you're good. So I actually will have to fix that on my tracker template. As you can see, it's not, the border colors are not there. Again, you can just drag it down. It's not that big of a deal, but it's just what I find easier. So once you have that, you're just going to grab it and just drag it down into the new era, and then just simply select the album, which is the data validation, and then we're going to click on the column for the era, and then click on fill color, and just do the same exact colors we did for conditional formatting. So dark gray 2, and for the text color, just black. I actually forgot to add a border color for our new area here. So just real quick, we just click this, go to borders, and I usually make the border color the same color as the text color to make it easy for remembering, and aesthetic purposes, it usually looks pretty good. So click black, and then I'm just going to click top border. And again, you can just click on the entire era column here, the top border, and then for the rest of it, you'll want to click on where B is, this first cell here, and hold shift and click over here on where J is, and then you just want to click borders and bottom border, and that's filled out. And then for the entries border, you'll just right border over here, right border, left border, and there you go. It looks just like all the other eras here. Now later on, you can get fancy and you can change certain parts of the text color, but that's going to be something for later on. I'm not going to teach you about that right now. So now that we got our first era set up, you'll notice that so far the little code we have here in the corner displays zeros for all of the portions, which is the H column. This is because it's automatically updating, and the code doesn't update if there's only one entry in the era. You'll see that once we add 2 entries with the portion section filled out, so then just one, and as you can see, it's not updated. So again, just this, that's a row above, and you can just drag it up just like that. And I'll just do the same here. As you can see now, it says to full. If you want to have the code display properly, even when there's only one entry, all you do is just, let me just delete this real quick, insert row above, and basically it's going to be like a dummy filler entry. Just make the background color the exact same as the era. So dark gray 2. And then I'm going to just shrink it. And as you can see now, the code is updated and working automatically, and the dummy cell is pretty much not even visible. It's a little thing over here, but that's pretty much it. Now to remove that, you'll want to just make sure you're pretty precise here, grab it and drag it here, and then you can just click it and delete it. Pretty simple. And with that, we just created our first new era. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next part. Have a great day or night.